What is good? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at each and every coach in my team and what they boost, what you should look for in coaches, and kind of what the future of coaches are going to look like in my team as well. Now, for me specifically on this account, I've got basically every coach in the game. When we go in here, you guys can see I've got all 30 out of 30 coaches. Through level 35, you got Coach Amethyst, Greg Popovich as well. And so a lot of you guys are probably like, Ty, should I run Pop? Should I run, a different coach? What should I do? And we'll talk about that in this video today. Now, the most important thing for you guys, when you look at a coach, is the game trigger. What are you going to do over the course of the game that is going to trigger the coach to be activated? So Mike Brown, for example, how does he trigger? If your team scores 7 in a row during a game. Now for me, maybe this is me being arrogant, I feel like I go on a lot of runs, right? And so if I score 7 in a row, I feel like that's not that big of a deal. That's my opinion on things, and that's a big reason why I do run Mike Brown. However, when you compare Mike Brown to like Mike Malone, a player on your team scores 12 points during the game. A lot of you guys might be cheese balls with, let's say, Steph Curry, Giannis, and score 12 in the game, then he would activate. And then even the Amy Greg Popovich. It starts at the first possession of the game and then ends at the end of half. So you just gotta kind of weigh the pros and cons for you specifically and what you guys are going to do. I ran Phil Jackson for a long time because he gives basically defense in the second half, and that's how I can work. But with Mike Brown, if I trigger it in the first half, it lasts the entire game. Now, maybe if I was to load up into a competitive My Team game and I don't know if I'm going to score 7 points in a row during the game, then maybe I'd rather run Phil Jackson because he's going to guarantee me throughout the entire second half, it's gonna go into effect. So let's compare Mike Brown to Greg Popovich. Greg Popovich gives every player the silver workhorse badge. Now, do I think that's more important, or do I think Mike Brown's boost is more important, which is speed, acceleration, stamina, and mid-range? To me, a lot of it depends on your team. For me specifically, I've got cards that already have workhorse. Like, I don't know for sure if Wilt's got it, but I do know a lot of my players have the workhorse badge. And so what is the point of me getting that silver workhorse when Wilt has it? When I go and look at AK probably has it. So for me, if you have all those cards with the workhorse badge, the coach really is not going to make that much of a difference. So that's just kind of how it is. Even Joe Mazzulla, as long as you're out rebounding your opponent during the game, he helps out that 3 ball. So just honestly, what I would do is I'd look through your coaches, see which coaches you use the most. What you want to do is you want to combine how long they last with how good they are. Like Steve Kerr, your team's first possession in the third quarter, but it only lasts a quarter. So yeah, in the third quarter, you got a 3 ball boost, but that is it. So even in this, if your team forces 2 consecutive turnovers with Chris Finch, that lasts the entire game. So those are just the things that I would look at from a coach is, what do they boost? But more importantly, how do you get that boost to activate? Because that is the big thing. Coaches aren't like last year. Last year, you just get like a +5 3 ball, +5 speed, all those things, and you'd be able to go in the game. You got to really keep an eye and monitor what exactly it does. So for, again, my coach, it was Mike Brown. Let's showcase what that looks like. And I'm just going to go into a domination game to show it. And where when your coach boost is going to activate. So for me, I got to score 7 points in a row during any point of this game. Now, I'll show you guys when the tip happens where it's going to show up. So I win the tip, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Now, you guys see where the scores are in the logos. That's where it's going to show up when I do get it done. So again, I'm just showing you guys this for the sake of showing you guys. When I score 7 points in a row, that should have started it. That should be when this thing starts. So there's 5. You guys are going to see it. As long as I get a stop here, you guys will see it at the next, basically steal the next bucket I do get. I got to make sure I get a stop here, though, for the sake of this video. And so we're running with Jaren over to him green. So you're going to see right now the coach boost pop up right where the score is at. Now, what is that going to do? I don't even know if it says it. It does. You guys can see the coach boost is activated. So everything in green is the new stats. So now D-Wade's acceleration speed 99. His mid-range is now a 92. Even for Will, mid-range now is 76. You will see his speed at a 97. Acceleration at an 87, and stamina goes up as well. So again, this lasts the entire game. So let's say you're playing a game and you start up 7-0, boom, it lasts the entire game. Now let's say, for the sake of this video, you're not very good at the game, okay? So let's say, oh, Ty, I don't know if I'm ever gonna, score 7 in a row during the course of the game. Okay, then you probably want a coach that is just always going to activate. So what I would do is try to find one that activates, let's say, in the third quarter, and lasted until the end of the game. So this would be a good example with Ty Lue. It starts with your team's first possession in the third quarter and expires at the end of the game. Ty Lue is a good coach. 3-ball boost for the entirety of the second half. That is really solid. Even this one, if you're not very good at the game, if your opponents often take the lead, if your opponent takes the lead during the game, it triggers. I've had a lot of success with Mike Brown. A lot of it is because I do score 7 points in a row quite often. And then I have my coach boost through the rest of the game. But even with Pop, right, you could have workhorse throughout the entire first half. If your team's not very good, that is a pretty good and pretty impactful badge. Here, I mean, honestly, if you want to bench your starters and then sub them in right away, you could use this Ruby Greg Pop, score 10 points with players from your bench during the game, and you'll have all those things, updated. Now, my question with this would be, okay, shot, close, passing IQ, those are not really the stats we do want. So those are just some things to keep an eye on. We're going to see more and more coaches as things go on. Like I know in the lifetime agendas and unlimited rings, at 13 wins, you do get a Bill Russell Galaxy Opal coach. So that will be super, super intriguing to see how good he is and what type of boost he does give. I expect more coaches to probably come out throughout the rest of this year as well. But again, as far as I'm concerned right now, I've got every coach in the game. And I can't even say it's a definitive, oh, Mike Brown's the best coach in the game. I really do think it is all preference-based and what fits you and your specific squad well. Coaches aren't nearly as impactful this year as they have been in the past. If you don't have a guy like Mike Brown and you want Mike Brown well, I don't really have the sauce for you, man. The only reason I've got him is because I've been ripping a ton of packs, and that's basically led me to have every single coach in my team. I don't recommend ripping these tournament battles packs, though, so if you do want to rip packs, man, I would definitely recommend just waiting. There's nobody in packs right now that's worth really getting. This Jokic stuff stinks, so I would just wait and see from there on. Coaches this year aren't nearly as impactful as they've been, but it is important to find a coach that fits you and what you specifically want to do on the court. That's going to wrap it up for our video today, guys. Drop a like on it, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.